Okay, conglomerates versus boutiques. Well, here are the conglomerates. These are conglomerate means there's a holding company basically that owns a bunch of different agencies or agency networks. And these are mostly pretty much all worldwide companies, particularly the biggest, Interpublic, WPP, Omnicom Group, and Publicis. So these companies have offices in countries all over the world, including China. And so if I am an advertiser who makes products that are sold all over the world, I'm working with the whole network. So Procter & Gamble, Tide, I know I keep using Tide. I'm not sure what agency it's at. I know I should know. I'm thinking it's probably Publicis. No, it's Omnicom Group. Omnicom has whatever agency handles Tide. It used to be Compton that I worked at. Then it was Saatchi & Saatchi. So it's probably Saatchi & Saatchi. Saatchi & Saatchi has offices all over the country. Now, I worked at one point at the Saatchi & Saatchi office in Athens, Greece. Okay. I started at Compton Advertising, working on Procter & Gamble when I got out of Columbia Business School. And I worked at Compton for several years, and they sent me to their office in Athens to work on Procter & Gamble brands in Athens. So I worked on Crest toothpaste. I worked on Pampers, diapers, all sold in Athens, and I worked with the Procter & Gamble client that were based in Greece. So there was someone who was in charge of Greece for Procter & Gamble and all its brands. Head to Shoulders. That's another brand I worked on. So all these holding companies own agencies that have offices all over the world, working with, partnering with these big multinational companies. And this is what we mean by conglomerates. So unless you're a product that's being sold all over the world, you probably don't want to work with one of these conglomerates. And you better have lots of billings. You better spend hundreds of millions at least on advertising for them to even almost want to talk to you. So, for instance, if you're a U.S. only advertiser, I ran the marketing at 1-800-Flowers at one point. We had a $25 million advertising budget at that point. We'd just gone public and raised money for advertising to build awareness. I didn't want to work with one, even then, did not want to work with one of these big agencies because we were just in the U.S. and we were $25 million. So I chose a boutique agency. Here's the revenue for the biggest conglomerates, by the way. WPP, Omnicom. Here are the number of employees they have. Here's their headquarters. Some of these big networks are Asian. Dentsu and Hakuhodo are both based in Japan. And there we go. Here's an example of the website of the biggest conglomerate, WPP. And there they are. Okay, so about. Let's look at about WPP companies. You're going to see how many networks and everything that. Wow, look at that. Interesting. Integrated. Integrated networks. So this is what we mean by agency networks. Okay, here's one, Gray, Ogilvy. These used to be independent ad agencies. They were purchased by WPP. And they have offices all over the world. Wunderman Thompson is the largest direct response agency. All right, so these are, but they have all kinds of, so this is what we mean by conglomerate, everyone. really talent. Okay, well, it's big. Okay, I'm back on my YouTube channel. Small boutique agency. So as I said, for 800 flowers, I went to a little agency called Padone and Partners, run by this guy named Joe Padone. 800 flowers was one of its biggest clients. So we got the attention of the president of the agency, Joe Padone. We got the creative director wanting to work on our business. We were very important to that little agency. So, and there are still little domestic boutique agencies, and some of them doing some wonderful creative and wonderful work. And if I can get my cursor here, I just looked up one based in Florida. Let's see if we can go to their website. Okay, so ideas, work, results, view our work. Ad agency category captain. So basically, you're going to get somebody smart and senior who has some weight in the organization to work on your business if you go with a boutique. Monthly industry insights. So they're trying to build here are the categories you can look at that they have expertise in. Okay, so it's a smaller agency. Media buying, all the things they can do. So there's a, go back to this, there's a boutique agency. Oh, I wanted to talk about, I guess you could call them ethnic agencies. There have been some pretty big African American agencies specialized in that. Uniworld is one, Burrell is another one. I think they've mostly been folded into bigger agencies now. Here's a very nice woman, Lisette Oyo, and I pulled her LinkedIn. So she used to work for me when I worked at Gannett Outdoor, and she's a very talented marketing person. I'm showing you her background as much, I think, to give you an idea of jobs, but also to just make the point that in addition to these big conglomerates and small boutiques, there are specialist agencies, and one of them is specializing in reaching certain groups, with certain backgrounds. So Lisette now is running marketing at UHealth, University of Miami Health System, which is pretty cool. Let's look at, and she worked at some Hispanic ad agencies. So after she left working for me, Gannett Outdoor, she went back to Miami, where her family was from, where she grew up. And she worked her way up to be president of something called Accent Marketing, Ad Age Top 10 Ranked Multicultural Hispanic Ad Agency. Pretty good. President and managing partner. So, yep. And then another one, Republica LLC. She ran client services, meaning she's in charge of all the account handling. So the people who are working directly with the clients, who are partnering with them marketing-wise. And then Senior VP, New Link Global Marketing Communications Consulting Firm for 10 months. Then it looks like she had her own consulting firm for these clients, Hola Doctor, iTalkCraft, right? Money transfer, and then she gets hired to run marketing, which is pretty cool. So I'm just making the point there are other kind of specialist agencies in different areas. And here's Lisette Oyo doing a great job here. Going back to run with a high-level marketing job in healthcare is pretty cool. So very talented young lady. So our next visit, we've looked at conglomerates and boutiques and a little bit of Hispanic agencies, which do still exist out there. I want to now talk about creating ads that work, and I'm going to draw on my experience working on Procter & Gamble business to do that. Here are a lot of the brands Procter & Gamble handles. I think most people think they're the smartest marketers in the world. They have a formula that works. It's tried and true. They do a lot of research too. They're good at doing research before they risk their money on things. So creating an ad that works starts with having a plan to do for the ad. And that plan is, some people call it a communication strategy, some people call it a copy strategy or a copy platform. But these are the components of Procter & Gamble's copy strategy form. This is what they do. Target. So who are you trying to reach? Who are the new customers that you want for the brand? Benefit. What does the product do for you? If it's shampoo, it gives you beautiful, healthy hair. If it's toothpaste, it gives you whiter teeth or a healthier mouth. If it's clothes, it's to make you look attractive for the most part. Support. How does the ad prove that the product will deliver the benefit? So Procter & Gamble Tide gives you cleaner clothes because it has new XYZ enzymes. The support is the enzymes. Or maybe the support is a side-by-side picture of a pants after it's been cleaned by Tide, and then the pants with the grass stain before it's cleaned on Tide. How does it prove that the benefit will be delivered? Brand character is just that. What is the personality of the brand? If the brand were a person. Here it's normally just a few adjectives. Think of the brand character for your iPhone. Think about when you got the box and you opened it up. What are some adjectives you'd apply to your iPhone? That would be the brand character of iPhone. Call to action is, what does the ad want you to do? Not a perfume ad is not going to have a call to action. A direct ad is, go to the website, call the number. Offer is very specific. It's only for direct ads. What do you get if you act now? It's usually some financial incentive. It's a discount. It's a gift with purchase. Okay, now when I put all this together, I come up with the acronym Tabasco, spelled a little strangely, but it helps my students remember. I teach this in a lot of my classes. I teach students how to look at an ad and then reverse engineer, figure out from looking at the ad what was the strategy that gave rise to it. So building a successful ad starts with a SMART strategy. And then the strategy document is handed to the creative team, and they have an idea of what they're supposed to do. Okay? And then before the ads are evaluated internally in the agency, or before they're even shown to the client at the beginning of the meeting, we get out and we review the copy strategy. And the first question we ask ourselves when we see a proposed ad is it on strategy? Right? And after that, we say, well, is it interesting? Is someone going to notice it? Do we like it? We ask those questions afterwards. First, we ask, is it on strategy? So we're going to stop now. You're going to watch this video. You're going to take out a piece of paper, and you have to watch it a couple times. It's pretty short. Write down who's the target, demographics, psychographics, age, income, background, psychographics, what are they into? Write down benefit. What will you get? What's the reason to buy the toothpaste? What do you get from it? How does it support? How does it prove you're going to get it? Brand character. A couple of 3, 4 adjectives to describe the character of Crest 3D white toothpaste. Is it clean? Is it fresh? I don't know. Is there a call to action? Is there an offer? I don't remember if there is, but I'm going to stop now. I want you to watch the ad, and on your own, I want you to write down the Tabasco.